All right, so welcome to Granblue Radio. This is episode 337. Um, it's coming toward the end of summer, but we're not quite at the end of summer yet.
What's the Chupacabra doing here?
Oh, sorry, that was from my Spark stream. Let's get rid of that.
Oh, I'm about to say I saw Logic over last weekend. I don't know about you.
Machiko just gave me power for my stream. That's all.
I showed her the Tira.
Nice. All right, so this is Vibrating Sheep of Granblue EN. Um, I've been kind of busy this whole week, not just with work stuff, but with all of the Granblue EN projects. We published an interview. We did some just some digging around the Relink like information that finally came out over the last week. So there's been a lot. So hi DJ, what are you following right now?
Asleep.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So there is a whole lot that just happened. So let us begin with what happened on the 22nd, because the 23rd is its own thing. So step one, we were talking about this when they announced it during the stream, and you were wanting to see how it got implemented. So here's FP. It is their way of trying to make as many abandoned raids finish as possible. And so the mechanics of it are FP is obtainable by players who respond to backup calls for raids with a reduced EP cost. And the full rules of this, if you go into the help files, because this is actually very important to note, the full rules are there have to be 3 or less players in the raid, and at least 5 minutes must have passed since somebody hit call for backup from everyone. So a lot of the suggestions people have had to try and like game this system don't work. Or like some people will try to join in advance because there is a bit where if a raid was joined, like if there is a raid that fulfills the requirements of having its EP reduced, then the people who are already in there, other than the host, are eligible for FP now. Now, with that said, we get 5,000 points a week as a cap. We can get up to 50,000. The 50,000 is very familiar as the Arcarum number. And then the mechanical things about it, they've updated the raid list, so the top 2 are always going to go to raids that are eligible for EP now. They're easier to find, in theory.
If they're there.
If
If they're
they,
not there,
yeah,
it won't be there
yeah,
because it does exist.
day one was a bloodbath. It was a freaking bloodbath on day one, which it always is for any new raid. This was not a new raid coming out. This was the attempt to revitalize old raids. So what I just did on stream right here would not have been possible on day one. I joined something, I hit attack twice, and I got 24 points. Previously, you were lucky to get in and hit attack once at all.
I'm still feeling it.
Yeah. And so the thing about this whole thing is that you kind of have to take a long view of it, right? Like much like with many other things, except like the most recent raid that was released was Legion Void, and Legion Void actually still finishes on time. But here we are in like Osiris and things like that, things that people have mostly abandoned or don't need to do, or they just solo them. Um, what they do now is we have these FP here. And we talked previously about what's available in here, so it's like over the past few days since this went live, I personally have earned enough to pick up this one sunlight shard that is here, and will be replaced or restocked once every 2 months. So the limit next resets at 5 a.m. on October 1st. So we have a full month and a half essentially to get 2,000 points. And then the other stuff in here, it's like, here's an SR ticket or better. It's like, yeah, sure. Earrings. A gold spell book is a pretty good rate here. You can get 2 of these a month for 200 points. So what's your take on just the system as they've implemented it, DJ?
These things don't have enough health in order to like get meaningful damage. But you don't have to do that much, at least.
Yeah, the act of hitting attack once, or sometimes not even hitting attack, seems to give like 20 FP.
However, racing to join other people in your raid group is
Yeah,
not fun.
like I'm just gonna click the raid refresh right here, and you can just see a tomb get more and more people in it, and then it just evaporates. And whoop, one of them's dead. I'm just gonna wait until this tomb is dead here with its 26 people. I probably could have joined this one. Would I have gotten an attack in? I don't know. And there it goes. Goodbye. But
The worst that happens is raid like Mugen, where people just die.
right, like I've actually so the dark side of this is that I have seen people racing so hard to join that they will join like
with
Mugen
a
with an
with a wrong team, like a wrong element team,
yeah,
and
and they'll
these
just
raids say if you're a wrong element, you die.
you go to 0 hit points on entry. Yeah. Um but yeah, like it's calmed down like I said in the last 3 days. I can actually get into these things and press attack. And once again, like the long view is there is zero reason to get 5,000 points a week. Like go into that shop, you take a look at what you can do with 5,000 points, and it's just like, at a certain point, you're just like, all right, well, here are the 6 dragon things. Here's Omega Anima for the NES. These are nice, but they're eminently farmable. Like, you can spend less time in co-op by picking up these esteems, which is good. The rate on picking up a Tier of the Apocalypse or an Abyssal Wing is awful, so you shouldn't do that one. And then you just sort of lean on the old things where it's like, I guess I can pick up a bunch of half elixirs. But you know, the big feature of this thing is the very slow trickle of sunlight shards once every 2 months, 2,000 points. So that's 8 weeks to get 50 points a week, basically. Is it 50? No, it's more than that. Hold on. 2,000 divided by 8 is 250. My bad. 250 points a week is a pretty reasonable goal for when the insanity dies down and you can actually just say join this Atum and hit attack once. And so, you know, things have calmed down a bit and they will continue to calm down. But from the perspective of Cygames and from the perspective of people who are lower rank hosts, like it's not like 246 is a bad rank to have, but I've seen people in like the 100 somethings who suddenly have their hosts go through. I've seen people, you know, host the Revens raids and just die on entry, and then someone comes in and drags their carcass across the finish line. Look at this! Lindworm is finishing. Lindworms used to never get this many people, and now it's dead. You just watched a Lindworm die just like that. So, on that axis, it's absolutely working as Cygames wants it to work. And in order to avoid frustration, I have to just keep repeating this. Make sure that you set reasonable goals for yourself, because if you are somehow convincing yourself that you need those 2,000 points now, this will happen to you and you get frustrated each time. I just joined this Osiris, I didn't get an attack off and it died. And that is a common experience in the early days. But, you know, this isn't so bad after the first day. And it's great, once again, for people who just want to host their avatar fight and get it done. I just managed to hit one Aglavale skill. I'm betting this is going to be 20 points. Let's see how many it is. Here's 200 experience. 18 points. I did not know that there was a number possible below 20. Well, there you go.
I got 10 earlier, so I
Oh,
could go do that.
that's fair enough. But, like, is there anything else in that shop that you were looking at that you actually wanted or were actively going for? Or is this just sort of
Half
something?
pots. I need these half pots.
Mm,
I'm running low.
fair enough. Yeah, Rodrant says I haven't seen higher than 110. I have essentially soloed a Cosmos for someone, and it was 110. That is in fact the cap per raid. I've actually gotten that in an Ennead as well. That one's not as easy to achieve. It was one of those ones where I had retroactive FP eligibility because I joined something full autoed it, and apparently very few other people joined until it hit the 5 minute mark. So, I mean, there's that. Um, let's see, how many points is it for a half pot? It's 75. It is 10. Okay. So even then, even just getting 10 points, you still get something out of this. That's not so bad.
Wasting my time of entering a raid that's about to end. That's already dead.
That is a feels bad. I acknowledge that. But again, it has slowed down significantly in the last 2 days because uh yeah, I mean it's very hard to get any faster, that's for sure. As we just watch these raids continue to just pop up and then evaporate because they're eligible now. The condition has been met, so it's like as soon as that 5 minute mark hits, people get in there, they hit their attack button, and then by the time I hit refresh, it's dead. And there it goes. 40 points. Um so are you unhappy with how it was implemented then, DJ?
Slightly. It's
Okay.
just really annoying try and get some points, and it's just dead.
Yep, there it is. That's how it happens. Okay. I mean, I am not trying to refute that point. It does feel bad. This is why I definitely recommend to people is like, hey, do not rush for this. This is intended to be a long-term solution and not a short-term one. Uh, and in that sense, I do wonder what the other like rewards for this are going to be because having reached this 2,000 points, and if I want to, I can pick up 60 of the 100 half pots already. Like, what happens when I hit that point in September? Like, will I be at all encouraged to just say, you know what, I think I will, buy these Jetstream earrings, or like, okay, Brick Earth is a bad idea because we got a bunch of those from Jujutsu Kaisen. Light's a bad idea. Anyway, it's a question for a couple months from now. Force City says it'll probably get really bad again when the shard reset is close. Yeah, at the end of September, maybe. But from the design perspective that they wanted, where it makes raids finish, it's working there. They, I do wonder about just trying to make the feeling of joining raids better because like the whole join a raid and it explodes before you do anything thing is it's an age-old problem in GBF. So we've exacerbated one problem in order to fix a different one, which they clearly wanted to prioritize. They prioritized, people host their raids and it dies. It takes a while, but it dies. With that said, we'll keep up with this one over time. Um, have you managed to test out any of the Genesis summons that went with the uncap on the 22nd?
No, because the only one I have is Europa, and Europa requires me to kill myself.
So Europa's, I've actually seen um, some very fun showcases of that one, uh, where you just like I think I saw it in a couple of DJ Salt videos where it's like this is surprisingly strong. Is it necessary? No. But anyway, so it's like we have our 4 stars. I have Shiva and Alex. I do not have Europa and Grimnir yet. The Shiva one is really easy to note as being one of the strongest of them because number one, it's Shiva, and Shiva's always been the strongest of these, and now it just adds triple attack along with being a 160% aura, so that you can use this. You can use this legitimately over using Beelzebub as your main summon, and you just summon it turn one. You triple attack with everybody. They all have uncap to their attack and a bunch of attack boost, and you do a crap ton of damage on turn one. This has not changed a thing. Alex is pretty interesting. So Alex has like 3 different buffs to this one because we've noted that Alex has actually been replaced by 2 separate free summons in the recent years, where not just Bellringer Angel getting updated to unchallenged, but Gojo Sensei came in and is like, why would I ever run Alex then? So the reason is, so now you get 3 turns of 1,000% boosted defense. That's the Sarah number.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. When you attack, and that's whether it's a normal attack or a CA, then you do a 3-hit earth damage thing. This is
it's all foes.
It's all foes, and it's 3 hits with 1 World Ender. I believe the number was close to where you would get with a Beast Fang if you're running Berserker with Ulfid and Beast Fang. So it's like 2 point something million on element. And it also removes a buff. That said, it's only 3 turns of this for a once per combat summon. But given how many things in Earth can give your main character double strike between like it's the which version of M30 is it? Holiday? Holiday. And all of the other things, then you can squeeze extra hits out of this thing. Also, if you CA reactivate, then each CA I believe does this. Amusingly, if your summoner is Lyria, then she has to CA in order to get this. But yeah, this has its uses. I still don't see myself putting it in too many places, but the Dispel means that maybe I will use it to like get a bunch of dispels after 50% in something. This has legs.
It has legs. But you're using it. You need it for a very specific thing, as
Yeah,
always.
yeah, that's true.
Like most fights still ignore 100% damage cut. So the defense is nice, but
and it's 3 turns now, so yeah, understandable.
But you'll still die to things that are static damage.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think Alex
even though you can technically use it outside of elements,
yeah.
But in element you already have innate despelling any return anyways.
Mm-hmm. So Grimnir's is interesting. I haven't seen too many people showcasing Grimnir quite yet, and I need to look up this because Grimnir's
this one's like actually like the best long-term one.
This is in fact the best long-term one because it puts on a buff that doesn't go away. That's
stackable and removable. Eventually ends up being 30k supplemental skill damage.
Yeah. And it's how often does the nuke go off? Is it every 3 turns or is it every turn? Every turn. So before it was turns 2, 4, and 6, and then after uncap it'll be every turn for 6 turns. Does the shield amount go up?
No.
Okay, so it's still 10k. Yeah. So it's a 10k shield on summon. And then it becomes 30k supplemental skill damage after 6 turns. So if you're a wind skill team and you just put this on full auto and you summon Grimnir turn 1, then you just add about a third of a beak, and beaks are noted to be basically the most like generically useful weapon in the element.
So once again, you can use it out of element because it does not specify wind allies.
Mm-hmm. True.
Which some elements do need it.
Heck, we used to just use Grimnir as our get out of jail free card against Granny, where it's just like, look, we don't have any stats, but what you know what we do have? A 10,000 shield and a nuke that will hit Granny no matter what class we are. So this one's really strong. And then the last one as we noted, the Europa one is the hardest to use, but
It requires you to kill yourself somehow.
or the boss can do it for you, and you just
That's-
take your
yeah.
defenses like
Typically, if the
offline.
boss is going to do it, it is unified or I cannot be revived.
So I saw actually a full auto of like six dragons that will full auto quick summon Europa, and then you have a 6 turn window to die, and the boss will when the boss actually does like take someone down, then they come back with, all right, so what is the buff? It is attack, multi attack, and damage cap, and the numbers are 30% attack on the perpetuity mod, 100% double attack, 50% triple attack, and then 10% damage cap.
Does that stay with you the rest of the fight?
It stays with you for the rest of the fight. As far, hold on, let's see.
Because I know how long the initial duration for
Yeah,
the
it
revival
is.
cast.
It is unremovable. It says once you have it. So you have a 6 turn window to die, and you'll come back with those buffs. And so, it is. Let's see, where is that? It is a really interesting way to do timing pushes. So, for example, against the World Plus, around turn like 8 or 9 against the World Plus is about when you started getting hit by the 90% damage at like life shave, and then you're actually in danger. So if you can time Europa around when you push the World Plus to that health level, where it just keeps doing those omens against you, then you have a get out of jail free card. You can just get your team, and it's like you don't care if they die. In fact, it's favorable if they die, and you just keep going. You don't have to wait for someone to come in and hopefully clean up the fight for you or something like that. So, um, I've seen 2 or 3 uses for this. It's not like world changing, but it is interesting, which, you know, it's better than a lot of other versions of Europa, I'll tell you that.
You mean the playable ones?
Holiday's great. The other two,
The two that existed way before that one, yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
one which had a rework,
yeah, yeah,
and it did change people actually trying to play that character.
yeah, yeah. Okay, let's just. I'm not going to think about Europa. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little fun thing just for us. What I'm doing is we are going to the Relink site and we're going to take a look, DJ, at the pre-order bonuses or the store bonuses for buying this game in Japan because those are just fun.
I might just import my copy.
Um, So a lot of the time these images end up in the gallery, but you know, I mean, so let's see, you get a wallpaper here, a canvas board, and a wait. This comes with a blanket. Hold on, the Amazon
Hold,
copy is a blanket.
hold on, hold.
It says blanket. What? That updated. Oh, it says you can choose which way you get it. You can either get it as a wallpaper, you can get it as a canvas board, or you can get it as a blanket.
You can get it as a blanket.
All right, Isaiah. I know what you're getting for your birthday next year, buddy.
Yeah.
uh,
Hold
this
on.
this one's a clear file. This is an A4 size clear file. A4 is like 8 by 10ish, I think.
But it's so good.
Yeah, it's really nice when Charlotta gets taken seriously and doesn't have to like become comic relief. This one's my personal favorite. They're not saying what this is on yet. The Amazon one was just updated with that blanket information, but I have my biases, of course. But it's Catalina brushing Lyria's hair. It's so good. And then if you want You have a do you have the P card case, DJ? I
Yeah. Well, the one I'm using, I actually have one from Yakuza actually as well.
Okay, I used to have one from the old 765. It says 765 Productions on it. I actually keep my Granblue EN business cards in there. But here's a Relink one, and then all of these other ones, they're not revealed yet. But holy crap, this is you can get this on a blanket? That's wild. That's wild, DJ.
Amazon Japan does ship to America.
Yeah. Meanwhile, so here, it's like I might sponsor Pocky's edition of this game so I can get the blanket from him. Except Pocky's an Narmea fan, so he may just get his own and keep Narmea. It depends on what his wife says. This one's cool too, but it's a Chusen, it's a lottery. So buying from the Psy store makes you eligible to buy this art print of like the game key art. I don't think it's the cover art. It is the cover art. It's the Japanese cover art. That's right. The cover art is different between editions. So we go to the English version. But some of those, it's a big ass print, and some of them are autographed by Minaba. Meanwhile, over here on the English side, um, the pre-orders for this are not up yet. I saw Xseed is getting them up soon. They're working on it. Amazon doesn't have it ready yet. Oh hey, the digital editions have the art. Physicals might not. I think they're still figuring that out. Uh, but anyway, so the I picked up the digital edition because I just want to be part of the early access. But some of the stuff here in the digital deluxe edition, not the physical deluxe edition, like the art cards specifically, this postcard set, the art book, um, those are really cool to me. I don't think
Yeah.
I'm
I
deep
mean,
enough.
I already bought like GB versus like 3 times on limited editions, not limited editions, collector's editions. So
Well, yeah, that's fair. I don't think I'm deep enough to actually display this proto Bahamut statue or to get the Sword of Eos here. It's like I don't need these things. They are cool, but I think uh I think I'm good on this particular one. Wait, what's the 7net shopping? Oh, this is all the digital stuff plus this one. Oh yeah, that's right. 7-Eleven is where you get the business card holder.
yep, that's Evanet.
And you get a 7%, 11% like equipable thingy-mabobby. They call it a gene, so probably a whorl. It's like, oh, 7% HP, 11% attack. Oh, baby.
Hey, that could matter.
It could. The thing is that everybody gets a bonus of some kind, so that one they're just making sure like people don't feel left out because let's see here. So the the Psy Store one gives you HP drain. Um, the Amazon one gives you crit. Uh, Gale over here, or Gale, I think it is attack 3, regen 3. Joshin gives you extra rupees. This is the 7-Eleven one. The Bic camera gets you stun. Stun 3. It's like, huh, does it extend hit stun? Who knows? We don't know. Stun is one of my favorite stats in Monster Hunter, though, because I play a large blunt weapon in Monster Hunter.
Hmm.
This is for link attacks here over at Akiba Soft Map. Yodobashi cameras is you gain extra experience. Here's better guarding from Edion. Tsutaya is better weakness attack. Here's what's quick ability 3. So I guess Rakuten it reduces your cooldown slightly. Furuichi, it doesn't say. We don't know what they're getting yet. Animate gets stamina, and then there's just a whole bunch of question marks for the rest of these. AmiAmi actually is one of the few stores that has its pre-orders for the limited edition up, but they
usually don't update the bonuses though until they actually have it ready.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because you are definitely a veteran of ordering from AmiAmi. I have not ordered from there in
As I
years.
have I'm waiting for my next Go to Boon game. Yes, that's one of them was that they updated once they actually know what the pre-order bonus is.
Yeah,
So
but it's a blanket, DJ. I can't get over this. Like, it can't be bigger than a lap blanket, right? It couldn't possibly be bigger
it's
than that.
usually Lap Blanket. So
Yeah. Which means Isaiah is going to use it as a Final Fantasy TCG playmat, right? No, it would make a terrible
no,
playmat.
that was a horrible idea. You use it as a Lap Blanket as intended. Maybe you can go to the beach with it. I'm not entirely sure.
If it was beach size, that would be the biggest coup. Where it's just like, oh yeah,
It definitely won't be.
you mean for ordering from Amazon, I just get a whole ass beach blanket? Those things, like
Those are
printed,
getting one from like Costco is like $50.
yeah, that's a lot of cloth to get to put into a beach blanket. But anyway, I am glad that we're finally going to be able to play this game outside of things like Fest and Gamescom and Anime Expo and stuff like that.
And
Like
we might get a new build for December.
maybe we probably will. Honestly, they'll probably do the thing they did with GB Versus, where there'll be an on-site bonus for pre-ordering the game there. Maybe that's how I'll convince Pocky to do it.
Yeah, you're gonna get another Fukuhara mask.
Hell yeah, I am. That one, I need. The thing is, it's the whole thing. I have one to wear, one to display, and one to lend out.
And then you get the rare one, which was actually Kobayashi Taro.
That's one of my favorite stupid jokes in GBF history. The mask of Fukuhara's face. I mean, that mask has seen some places, like
Including Fukuhara.
Hey, he's seen that thing multiple times now. He signed that thing for me. But where is it? It's his AX picture.
No, don't worry. Yeah, where you're
There it is.
playing.
Hey, look! It's the shirt I'm wearing today, actually. Anyway, so that's that. I'm glad that we are finally getting to play Relink. It's been a long time coming. In the interview that we have with Fukuhara, he's like, "Yeah, sorry it took so long." Turns out that building a game team for a AAA game from scratch takes a very long time. But I'm looking forward to that one. Is there anything else, DJ?
Not that I can think of.
That's it. So next
Oh
week,
wait,
DJ will
we
be in
actually
Japan.
go over the new Proud fight actually.
Oh, I
Very
actually haven't done
briefly.
it yet. Oh, I forgot to do that one, actually. I was going to. I know. So you
Ah,
tell me about Zwei.
all
Otherwise, we'll
right.
compare notes next week. Anyway.
So we're just gonna mention the Proud versus Proud Plus because that's all the wiki has. I know what happens in Proud Plus though.
Hmm.
Every turn she gets her normal attacks hit everybody. Every turn she will get one of four strings.
Hmm.
These stack up to three. You can cancel the strings by using the respective button. So like red string, use a red button to get rid of it.
Hmm.
They each have different effects too. So blue string debuff resistance is boosted,
Hmm.
and it will also lower your charge bar and remove buffs after normal attacks.
Hmm.
Yellow string multi attack for her goes up. Bonus earth damage. Will end when you use a buff skill.
There she is.
Green is the most annoying one.
Because it's hardest to have green buttons.
It increases her defense.
Oh, okay.
Removes her
Oh.
debuffs and restores HP. This HP is you gotta get rid of this one.
Okay. Okay.
Red attack goes up, damage dealt is supplemental, went to 2 or above, deals fire damage as well.
Oh. And this is for Proud
Uh,
Plus specifically?
nope.
Oh, this is for normal. Okay.
These are the same between the two of them. Also,
Okay.
we start off the battle with strings of entrapment. She will do Impure Heart, does earth damage. It does like 10k to you because you don't have any debuffs on her yet.
hmm
And your skill cooldowns go up by 5.
5.
5.
Huh.
Yeah, not doesn't feel great.
I'm just looking at the teams that I have. It's like I just want Seaphon up against her. It feels like 'cause it's a V2. I just want to do the Seaphon things to her.
All right, so they tried to stave you off of doing chain bursts by
Okay.
having Lambast.
What's that do?
It rises by 1 every time you do chain burst. At 3, she does Broken Heart. Broken Heart says knocks out all allies.
So you're allowed 3 chain bursts?
It lowers upon canceling an omen. That's the part where it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
all right, Seaphon, you're still king.
You're still allowed. I haven't used this team in forever. I should repurpose it. Anyway, that sounds interesting.
In Proud Plus, she has HP gates.
Oh, so it'll say like she can't go below 75%. Once you hit here, something happens.
It was 50 at 10, I believe, but
Okay,
yes.
sure. Yeah, so she has those things. Okay, okay.
Uh, the easiest one to cancel is a damaged one,
hmm
unless you have 3 stacks of green.
Right. So I saw a lot of people bringing out Urias for this thing. I saw
Yeah,
people.
one of them is land 3 debuffs.
hmm I saw people bringing out old reliable of I'm going into a fight blind. I'm going to bring 7 and I'm going to bring 9 and I'm going to bring a support of some kind. Someone who can just who can just do a little bit of everything from like Urias or Halloween Lich or basically anybody who's not Astariola. Someone who
Yeah.
actually presses buttons.
If you want, the thing is that all her CAs will put back strings of entrapment on you. So you
Mm,
kind of want to avoid that in the first place.
okay, yeah.
Also things to note is that if she misses or doesn't do damage to you, it will not trigger strings of entrapment.
Okay.
However,
However,
she could just hit you anyways,
mm,
because you cannot what's it called? Veil does not work, if I remember correctly.
usually it doesn't against these fights because these debuffs are a punishment for doing something wrong, so they will just go through it usually.
Yeah, well, the second half feels easier, even though there's 1 dot, because one of them is to hit her 20 times.
That sounds like the easiest one.
It is. However, when it's a trigger, it's due 10 skills.
Mm,
That one's not that very easy when you're not ready, and especially if one of
okay.
your character is a link skill user, like Grimnir. However, Grimnir will eat up the 20 times very easily.
Yeah, he'll just do the 20 hits really easy. That's nice.
Yeah, he also
But
does enough
this,
damage.
yeah.
He can land 4 debuffs if he has enough stacks.
hmm
Yeah, fight's cool. My green button user was a tree.
I was gonna say, was it Lena? Lena's
It was
like,
Lena.
it's
She
either
has 2.
it's either Lena or like Sulfira, I think, for water, or not water, wind, or is it?
So
Hold
Sulfura
on,
does not have a green
she
green
doesn't have
button
a green.
anymore.
She. Oh, they took it away. That's right.
She has 2. She has a blue and yellow.
It's so maybe Sochie? Question mark. Not.
My thing was that I actually used was it the new tier 5 healing class, Eo Mantras, because my first skill was to reduce my strings of entrapment number.
Right. Yeah, I see Rodrant saying like there's Yggdrasil gets use in that fight. That makes sense.
Lily also gets used in this fight, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look up Wind Heal and see what happens. So Lily, Lena, Shinobu's a healer? What? She has a heal. All right,
She
sure.
has a healer.
Pom, I don't think Pom Pom Purin and Cinema Roll should. I'm doing this now. I need to do this.
I mean, they could be in back row.
That's fair. So see, Sandalphon has a green skill that activates on enemy special. I don't have him, so that is not something I can do.
It is also something he has to activate. You have to press the button. You have to be able to press the button in order for the strings to go away.
Mm-hmm. So the thing is that these usually present interesting challenges. I will take them on. I was going to originally, but I got busy. Like I said, we published the interview yesterday.
The challenge is green string, really.
Okay, I'll figure it out. Something will happen. Maybe I'll just hit clarity on my MC. That's the shortest cooldown green button, pretty much available to the MC, I believe.
Yeah, just make sure you strings of entrapment is not rearing his ugly head.
Mm-hmm.
Because boy, doing that and forgetting you have that on you and hitting a link skill of 1 is now a link skill of 6.
Hmm. Hmm. That doesn't sound very fun.
It was not very fun when that happened. I'm like, I have to redo this fight. To be fair, this happened in the first turn, so
Oh, that's something. That's something that's like a very common proving grounds thing where you press a button and it misses. You're like, well, retreat. One of the feels
Clarity
bad at that.
Robin Hood, pretty good. That's a pretty good option because you can cheat your cooldowns on that one.
Yeah, I mean the team that I was actually mousing over to do this fight that I need to redo. This is my old Phronesis team, and so I can rejigger this one to just work in um whatchamacallit, in Zwei.
Yeah, I don't know how you will actually get the Lambast 3, especially if you're using Seophon.
I just reminded it's like, hey, and also this will be fun because we have a way better bow to use than last time when I was doing Robin Hood things with the with like a Wind MC. Allies damage cap up, skill cap up.
I totally forgot Impure of Heart puts defenseless on you, strong armed, and petrified. And also gets rid of all your meter.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah.
That's the use 10 skills. Usually what happens is that I just get rid of all my meter.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, Roger's pretty good on that one. Where once again, because you have to take the damage in order to get strings of entrapment,
Mm-hmm.
that if you just not take damage.
All right.
I actually use Charlotte in this fight.
Speaking of Charlotta, memory test. Is the Cleome a sword or an axe? Sword. There it is. I did
It's a
it.
sword.
Whew.
It's actually a sword in this version.
Whew. Okay. Anyway, I'll figure things out. It'll be fun. I do enjoy these challenges. But yeah, until then, next week we will have the Marionette Stars. We'll have the new characters who've come out with the and the post summer premium gala. You'll be in Japan. I'll figure something out without you, or maybe figure out a time where we're both awake and you don't have anything on your docket. I don't know. We'll see.
Friday for me at 3 p.m. maybe. I don't know.
Maybe 3 p.m. for you would be 11 here. Yeah, okay.
I could probably go earlier then. 1 p.m. and then do my day.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, um, thank you for joining me, DJ. We'll see you next week for the sequel to Marionette Stars, the Unbound
Look,
Asterism.
all we know is that Kupiton's here.
That's all you need to know, isn't it?
Look, she could be having another summer delusion.
She's just got heat stroke and she stabbed herself in the brain with another arrow, and that's the story. She's just having a delusion of her being in Ueno this time to go to the Granblue Museum.
Look, the summer event happened. That did happen last year.
That's why I suggested it. But anyway.
Now it's gonna be Shibuya.
Oh yeah, just like the Rage of Bahamut anniversary.
Not only that, but because of the thing that we saw during Rising
Oh yeah, where it's just
panel.
where Granblue's Legends can just happen in Shibuya. There's just
Yeah.
games that can happen there. I should put a dinosaur there. Anyway, good night, guys. Thanks for joining me, DJ.